I believe I have a duty to all of my viewers to help you get to the top 1% of men, because let's face it, life is becoming harder and harder for the bottom 99% of men. Unfortunately, getting in the top 1% is harder than ever. There are no real men mentors, and men are walking around aimless, not knowing what to work on and what to change about themselves. I'm gonna change that. Today I want to tell you something about a masculine trait that I believe is extremely important. And if you want to join me at the top 1% table, you're gonna need to know this trait. In 2023, it is the premier trait, separating the high value men versus everybody else. So what is this powerful trait? The unique masculine trait in the 1% men is the tendency to accept responsibility of everything. It's a premier masculine trait that was essential in the past if you wanted to lead and not be a peasant. Taking responsibility is a royal trait. It's the trait of generals, kings, and tribe leaders. That's why it's so exceptionally powerful. What do I mean by taking on responsibility? It means living life on your terms. No more crying about bad luck and fate. No more making excuses. No more thinking that failing is just meant for you, thinking that it was just fate or some curse. No, you are living life on your terms. So whatever happens, you are responsible for it. If something is not right, it speaks to your failure. If you're poor, you are to blame. And you must do everything within your power to correct this, which is why you're watching this video. Even more, the 1% extend this trait to everyone around them. They don't blame their family for being poor and uneducated. They won't blame their friends for being unsupportive. They will try to understand what this problem is and try to correct. A great man holds not only himself responsible, but the lives of those around them. Which is why I want to tell you a story about Alexander the Great. He was a top 1% man. Not only 1% man, but he was the 1% of the 1%. Back in those days, fortune telling was like just the norm. Anything a fortune teller told somebody, they would accept it as 100% fate. This is what's going to happen. So Alexander the Great went to a fortune teller, as most men back in those days did. He asked him, "Will I conquer the world?" And the fortune teller told him, "No." They held his hand and said, "If only this one line extends down your wrist, you would conquer the whole world." But fates decided otherwise. So Alexander the Great grabbed a knife and drew a line on his palm, exactly how the fortune teller told him. Then he asked him again, "Will I conquer the world?" Now, while I don't believe that's a true story, it's more of a myth, but I like to think of this myth all the time because it reminds me of just the true power, the responsibility that you and I have, where we will do anything and everything it takes to wake up every single morning and be filled with purpose and take responsibility for not only ourselves, but everybody around us. Which leads me to, why is this trait just basically associated with the top 1%? It's because so few people ever exhibit this trait in their own lives. They would be victims of fate. They would be victims of other people and places and things outside of their control. That way they can just point their finger. Over the years, I've been to many countries all over the world, and every single time I meet somebody that has taken a full responsibility for their lives and those around them, regardless of their education level, regardless of the money in their pocket, regardless of their family, every single one of them becomes the top 1%. I've met men from villages in Paraguay. I've met people from Africa. I've even met people in the favelas of Brazil. These men are people that have accumulated financial success. They built a happy family. They've built a greater life for themselves outside of their home country, and they all took responsibility, and that's what put them from some poor village to literally living in Dubai, living the dream life. They never ever passed blame to anything or anybody other than themselves. They took responsibility for their own failure and their own weaknesses. They became conscious of everything around them. And unlike 99% of the rest of the world, they decided, I'm going to do something about it. So what do the rest of the men of this world decide to do? Modern men today are weak. They refuse to take responsibility for anything. They would rather blame it on their girlfriend. They'd rather blame it on their teachers growing up or their parents. or their government or anything like that. This, my friend, is why the world is in shambles, and you look right now all around you, and it's because of weak men refusing to take responsibility. And you are about to change that. I want you to ask yourself, do you know the name of your area's Congress representative? When was the last time you visited your parents' house and tried to help your mom out? Have you ever seen some person on the side of the street that obviously needed help, but you just decided to keep walking? When was the last time that you looked inwards and thought about what you need to do to improve yourself instead of sitting there on the couch feeling sorry for yourself? The harsh reality is most men will never, ever take responsibility. They just want things handed to them on a silver platter. The money, the beautiful girl by their side, their mom retired, being able to travel the world, they just expect it to be given to them. But as you now know, refusing to take responsibility is a weak trait. You no longer tolerate weakness in your life. You no longer tolerate pointing the finger at anybody but yourself. In the past, every single man of the tribe, the village, they had some kind of role that they served within the tribe. Sitting around enjoying the peace and quiet was a role reserved only for the women, children, and the old people who had paid their dues. And regardless of what the world has tried to trick you and psyop you into thinking, that hasn't changed. Why does this trait bring success to every single person who adheres to it? Why is it so powerful? It's because it puts you into an unbeatable mindset. The biggest factor holding men such as yourself back is having this limited belief. They walk this earth expecting that life is just going to unfold the way fate has decided, and that they can't do anything to change that. It's easy to go into these mental loopholes and coping mechanisms because life is hard. So accepting that your life needs to change is even harder. But among such men, the top 1% have a massive advantage. They will quickly take action. They won't worry about how hard it is or how impossible the goals or changing their life seems. They will do anything within their power to change their life and improve the life of those around them. Here's how you can build this trait. The next time you're at home, or maybe you're walking, going to some coffee shop, I want you to look around you wherever you're at. See what issues there are. Is something wrong? Is your family happy? Does your mom need some help with the bills? Is your relationship with your girl great, or feels like it's lagging? Are you holding your tongue every time you see that one person that you know you just need to put it all out there and be direct, instead of just sitting back there hoping that they just somehow can understand that there's something wrong? Or are you going to go out there and actually talk to them? I want you to analyze your entire life, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. There are things in your life right now that you've been allowing to just keep going and going and going, because you think that just magically it's going to change. Maybe it's somebody that works for you and they've been underperforming. They're always having these mindset issues, or the environment around them somehow holding them back. Assume those responsibilities are for you. I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write them down. And then I want you to start tackling them one by one. Don't wait for the other guy to take action. Don't wait for opportunities to arise out of nowhere. Don't wait for the perfect time. How's that been working out for you? Just take action. Don't feel sorry for yourself anymore, or feel like life's unfair to you for some magical spiritual reason. Just assume that it is your purpose sent from God into this world to go and change. Your job as a man is to be the guy that shows up and he handles anything and everything. The man that holds things together. The guy that takes the blame. It may feel unfair, and it may even have you sitting around sometimes feeling tired, but next time I can guarantee you that whenever something needs getting done, people are going to start looking to you. Your girlfriend's going to look to you. Your parents are going to look to you. Your employees are going to look to you. The world is going to look to you. They're not going to thank you for your actions right away, but they will start looking to you as the man who gets things done, their leader, and most importantly, a reliable man. And there is no man under the sun that does not want to be in that position. If you found this video helpful, subscribe. I want to help as many men such as yourself with this kind of content. And while you're still here, go ahead and check out the other videos that are put out for you. They're going to teach you masculinity. They're going to teach you how to be able to travel the world and take responsibility for everybody around you, because you are reliable. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and click right here. Otherwise, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.